Now you know y'all been waiting,
Ooh.
and we know that you guys have been waiting. It's bright.
We know.
And we know that some of you are still waiting for your monthly. It's going to happen. We're going to give them to you before September's over. What I would like to say is a card just fell out, and I'm going to look at it and put it back in.
The strength card.
We were just talking about the sun.
That's interesting because today is the 26th, and that's also my number, the 26th, and this card is 2 and 6, which makes 8.
Y'all know it.
It's very, very indicative of the day.
Yes.
Card.
Damn, y'all.
That was very powerful. Hi guys.
What are you trenching through? Right?
Ooh, okay.
We're
in Libra now.
Why is it being so difficult? Oh,
cards are flying out. We're going to try to shuffle and give you something.
So we think about the sun and the moon. All right.
I'm shuffling the botanical deck right here to see what our flower theme is for this week.
Yes, flower theme. You
what
guys
are we concentrated on during this time?
Let's get. You know, we've both been going through it. I had my portion at the beginning of summer and through. And Dell's going through something now at the end of summer, going into the season. You know that there was a T-square going on with Libra and Cancer, and sorry, not Cancer, with Libra and Capricorn and Aries, and just so many things going on, you know what I mean? That T-square with those planets at the very beginning of each of those cardinal signs, people are feeling anxious about making these initiations and getting things started.
Hyacinth? Okay.
Hyacinth. Hyacinths are beautiful.
Hyacinth. So it's reminding us to be playful. Look at the color in this one.
Yes.
This one is really beautiful.
Pink and playful.
I'm still learning how to pronounce some of these flowers accurately.
Honey, they be giving you
I love it though because I have Gemini rising and Venus in Leo in a sextile. So a lot of this stuff with flowers and botanicals is really pleasing for me. It says playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood, happiness, and adult brilliance. Okay.
Word.
Very cool. Maybe we're all taking ourselves a little too seriously.
Too seriously, bitch.
I mean, this is a time of seriousness. Okay.
Right.
This might have to do with domestic themes because the honeysuckle is at the bottom. And that's talking about domestic happiness and devoted affection as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of like playfulness, maybe some people are being too playful in situations where they need to be more serious, or people are being too serious in situations where they need to be more playful.
So interesting that he's saying that, you guys, because, you know, I posted a 10-minute video up the other day, and the child came up. You know, I'm kind of still getting used to, like, exposing myself as reading the Lenormand. Took some time. But, you know, you guys got a little bit of that, and the child came up. And it talks about, you know, Scorpio. It talks about being naive. It talks about allowing yourself to be playful in times of need, right? Because when you get to those deep, dark places that we all are kind of feeling like right now, you know, Venus is in Scorpio. And, you know, Jupiter is there too still. So we are definitely feeling like, oh, I want to go back to this place. Yeah, I want to go back to this place of feeling like, oh, woe is me, you know what I mean? We just got to get out.
Emotional bondage.
Right. Don't get stuck in the
all of that
house.
Persephone shit that comes with it.
Color. Play a musical instrument if you still got it lying around.
You know, it definitely has a lot to do with domestic feelings and evolutions inside of yourself, because Cancer is the chariot, right? And the chariot is really talking about home life and picking up and going places with your home, or being far from home, family, anything in relationship with that, doing things for, you know, your heritage or your mother or family even. We're in Libra season now, so we're all initiating thoughts inside of ourselves that correlate to relating to other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
I can't put them up there because the Aries on.
It's okay. He's here. Now we're going to go ahead and lay out the spreads for you guys. Here we go. We're going into the weeklies now. First week of Libra, okay, we've now moved away from the cusp and we're definitely in phase 1 of Libra now. Okay, at the bottom is the Ace of Cups.
You know,
Good.
the beginning of emotional fulfillment. And also it's the awareness of how you truly feel about a situation. For a lot of you, you know what I mean? And that can be good. There are pros and there are cons.
Yeah. This could be the beginning of something new, an accumulation of emotion even. For a lot of us, it's not something new. It's something that is just maybe a new spin on an emotion or the way that you perceive something.
I'm getting 2, 4, 6,
The
8.
sun blocked a little bit.
Who do you appreciate?
For a minute. Yeah.
Who do you appreciate? Do you appreciate you? Because if you're wasting time appreciating something that isn't trying to appreciate you, then you need to get back to you.
Yeah, definitely. This could be just a new emotion in general, positive or negative, but initially it's talking about a positive feeling of regeneration and rebirth. Maybe just new situation. It's a new season, so this could very be relative to that. Somehow you initiate new thoughts that cause new love in a romance, a relationship with someone, or a new creation that causes love in a situation that has to do with work or with a relationship with someone.
It's almost like the aces are also kind of like stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're also an accumulation of all of the cups. So it's like wherever that lies for you, as far as the array, when the reader would pull out your universe, would accumulate what that cup is for you. Because cups are water, and they also hold all kinds of other liquids as well.
You guys, before we flip over all the cards, I just want to say that Dale will be reading at Shanti tomorrow.
I'm there, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm there on Friday from 11:30 until 5. I'm always there on Fridays. That's my set day. I usually keep track of the moon cycles when we do that, and it'll be Moon and Taurus, I believe, during that period of time. Which is an exalted time for the moon. So come on out and get a reading with me. I have a Cancer moon. I'd love to connect with some of you if you're in the 14th Street area.
Right.
Kendrick also does readings at Upshanti as well.
I'm there on Sundays from 11:30 to 3:30. And the address for Shanti is 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. Okay? We also will be doing a show at Caroline's on Broadway on October 4th at 9:30 p.m. The show is called Comedians Get Read. Dale is putting his sunglasses on because it's time to read. No.
Okay.
But yes, go to Caroline's on Broadway to get that link.
And then you can go in and get with the promo code WOKEAF. It's not case sensitive. You can get $11 tickets, or at the door $20 tickets. For those of you who are not sure and you just want to kind of come at that last second, we love to see you guys there because there's a certain amount of unpredictability that's going to go on with it. Like when you go to a stand-up comedian show, you know you're going to be laughing.
Right.
Plus, it's like us on stage, and it's just going to be fun.
We don't know what's going to happen. We might toast or something before, so we can, be a little cute.
And if you want, just to support us in general, that's a great way and an entertaining way to come out and see us. Who knows? If it's a great gig, it might be something that goes ongoing. Maybe we'll start reading some audience members if they're comfortable with it as well.
Right. Also, if you guys want to have us at any of your Halloween celebrations.
Any readings. We do have group
parties.
rates.
Yeah, we can do some group rates for you.
Email us.
That time.
Yeah, providencetara@gmail.com. We'll give you our rates and all that stuff and our group rates if you have any questions. It is that time of season as well, okay?
All right now, y'all.
All right, let's get
Somebody
into it.
told me over the weekend they came to Shanti. Bridget, shout out to you. And Jade, too, because Jade is fierce with Dale, y'all. But yes, she said, we're going to timestamp it. So we're starting with Aries at 9 minutes. Bam.
Okay. Aries, you got the 7 of Wands. Okay, so this is Mars and Leo energy. The 7s could definitely have to do with introspection somehow, because it is a 7. I'm playing cat and mouse with the sun here, but it's talking about possibly something to do with a love that's going on inside of yourself and an evolution inside of yourself, or anything that has to do with the home, family, your mother, any type of transition that has to do with livelihood, any type of thing that has to do with a spirited version of yourself. Maybe you're fighting a struggle with a group of people and you have an advantage over the situation,
Right.
but it's still like you're still fighting this kind of like spirited thing, and you've got to stand your ground in order to win this race.
I feel like you are putting aggression in staying on the course, right? What is your course of action? Also, I feel like you might be feeling like you're being taken advantage of emotionally by a group of people, right? Or somebody might be taking advantage of you emotionally by way of a group of people. Because she's taking advantage, or whoever that is taking advantage of them by trying to take advantage of you, Aries.
Yeah, Aries, so just stand your ground in the situation. There's definitely an evolution that's going on here. And yeah, it's like you can come out of this situation on top. I think you just need to put aggression into whatever it is your dreams are in the situation, because Leo is there. Okay? It'll be interesting to see how that develops during this Libra season for you.
All right, let's see what's going on at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, Taurus.
Taurus. Okay, Taurus.
You got your card.
You got Moon in Taurus. Is this in reverse?
It is in reverse, honey.
Okay, so for some of you, this situation is very interesting. This is a very exalted card. Usually the moon loves to be in Taurus, your sign.
How did I
because
flip it? Did I flip it over?
You want I think, look, it's a card that you very rarely see in reverse. But it could be saying in this time that normally you are a person who is very generous with your time and your energy, and you very much are not feeling that way right now. You do not physically want to give of yourself to circumstances or people. Maybe there's a lack of trust. Maybe you've given too much of yourself to a situation. And like, we were actually questioning it, right? He was looking at it like, oh, is this supposed to be in reverse? Because it's not a card you normally see in reverse, especially with Taurus. It's Moon in Taurus. So it's talking about how you feel. Maybe you're denying something about how you feel. You don't want to look at your feelings in the situation. You don't want to share physically like you normally do, and you're just not feeling like your philanthropic self. Maybe you just want to close the door on a group.
You don't feel like you want to be helpful in a situation because you probably feel like you've already been helpful enough. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you give, all people do is take. You know? So Taurus, you definitely know how to create boundaries. And this is probably for the betterment of you too, you know, because this could be a good card in reverse as well, depending on the scenario. And in terms of this Ace of Cups being here, it's saying that you're taking a step back from offering other people so much because you need to do an offering to yourself.
Yeah, it's very much, I mean, we don't know what the circumstances are in general. The generalization of it is that you are definitely not giving of yourself physically or willing to, whether that be your time, money, energy, or whatever, physical. That you this week you just don't want to. Now, whether that's coming from selfish reasons or justified reasons, we'd have to have a reading with you. But like, this is apparent that that is what's going on with you. So good luck with that, Taurus. You know, just remember the open hand concept of like, you know, if your fist is closed, you can't lose anything, but you can't gain anything either. Okay.
All right. Let's go into Gemini at 13 minutes and 15 seconds.
Gemini. Okay, you've got the Devil card, the first major arcana card out for you. This is a very interesting card. Look at the Devil here. You've got the goat wanting to eat everything and consume earthly matters, and then you've got his feet on fire there. Like, he's not really able to do a lot, feeling restricted because of that burning on his feet.
This is opposing, honey. So I feel like Geminis are really not giving a fuck about emotions this week. Because when you get the Ace of Cups for the overall energy, and in contrast to that for you guys, you get the Devil, you're canceling something out. Something is not working. Something doesn't want to find the compatibility effort. Someone is not wanting to compromise.
Yeah, or there's just something to do with the emotions and you not looking at the truth of the emotions. I mean, it could very well be like, obviously there's deceit around the situation, and there's a lack of trust. Either by you or by other parties. You know, the Devil card being here, you being Gemini, there could be a lot of devilish situations that you could be initiating.
You don't want to share this emotional experience anymore, whatever that has been.
It could be very lustful in general as well, because the Devil does talk a lot about physical attraction, with the lack of emotion there.
Right.
And it's very interesting because, like Kendrick said, this is an opposing energy because this is talking about a new love and a new start in a situation. And then here you got the devil card talking about we gonna keep it like this. Ain't nothing better than what this is. Ain't no point in dreaming nothing big. This is it. This is as good as it gets.
Gosh,
this is what it is.
So
right?
if you're in that relationship with that person, all you got is me.
Very nasty.
Right. It's not okay.
Very disgusting.
Hold their feet to the fire, honey. Look at him. He's fine in it. He's fine. He's like, I'm in the fire. Yeah.
Okay, the sun came out.
No.
Yeah, so Gemini, you probably want to look at your actions this week and the actions surrounding what keeps you bound, be it heritage or be it, just physical attraction or addictions that you may be having. Okay,
Right.
It's time to fill the cup with something new.
You could be forcing someone to have an experience that they don't want to have. All right, so let's go with Cancer at 15 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, Cancer, you've got a Scorpio card. It's Sun in Scorpio.
You would give double water this week.
Okay, so you're definitely thinking about some deep feelings and deep emotions. You are a deep feeling person in general. And let's keep in mind that the sixes are related to the lovers, which is related to Gemini Venus energy. Right. So you could be dealing with the Taurus, Libra, or Gemini in some type of aspect this week. Definitely talking about things that cause you to have these structures you have now. With the deep roots being there, it's like, what are these deeper feelings that are causing you and driving you to do the things that you do this week? Whatever they are, you could be feeling nostalgic about the way things were, thinking about deeper emotions with someone, or deeper passions and desires that drive you. There's an awareness of why you're moving in such a passionate way.
Cancer, here's the thing. I know that you guys can because we're both Cancer moons, I know that we can always go back to an emotion. We can go in and out of them, right? So the fact that we're able to go in and out of emotions means that we're constantly revisiting emotions from the past, right? And we always uncover, we can take the Band-Aid off of that wound and it still looks the same after all this time. You know what I mean? So it really is talking about how are you going to tap back into that spirited sense of who you are and how you're able to regenerate a sense of like wholesomeness within yourself again. You're always trying to bring people back to who they are emotionally inside. You need to get back to who you are emotionally inside. It's like going back to those rickety places and those closets with all the skeletons in them. It doesn't really feel so good. So put those parts of your life that are meant to be at rest to rest.
Okay, Cancer. Leo. Okay, you got a card in reverse.
The fixed signs, honey. What's going on, fixed signs?
Okay, you've also got a pentacle as well. So, Leo, you've got the King of Pentacles in reverse.
You're looking for stability.
Okay, so in this situation, your mind is fixed on something that has to do with something physical. It could be a male. It could be a male that is a very negative person to you in your life or cause some type of negative situation to occur in your life. Or you could be just thinking of someone from the past. Maybe you're hung up on a situation from the past and how things were. The fixed is talking about, like, this is something like reputable. It could be even somebody reputable. Maybe there's someone who's a teacher or a professor, or someone at work with you, or someone who is a preacher, or like has like a group of people. Like
they're like established.
They're established. You guys were all in a group together, a hobby, a team, a gang, anything that is related to that. It could be something that holds you negatively in some type of concept.
It's almost like a disestablishment now. It's almost like you want to disestablish
It's interesting, too, because it's reverse. It's a pentacle in reverse, and so is Taurus. And this is a very Taurus card, the King of Pentacles. So it's very interesting. There could be a Taurus in your life, or there could be Taurus-like situations, real estate, finances, anything that has to do with that type of building block. Maybe you are unbuilding something or reforming something or reneging on something that you had your mind fixed on and was hopeful about.
I feel like you guys know that something isn't working anymore, and it's like, that's it. It's like not meant to work, right? Because it's like the realization or the awareness that something isn't suiting you anymore. And it's not, you know, this very reliable, no longer, right? It's not stable. It doesn't really have a sturdy platform for you anymore. Whatever this is, or whoever this person is, like, the value has changed and they mean something differently to you. You know, it's like your relationship has changed with this person, whoever they are. It could be female or male. It could be a boss. It could be someone that you actually looked up to at one point, and now you've gone through some sort of process with them that has made you flip the script, maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely been a change of character either in you or in them and the situation. There's a reneging on it.
Okay.
Okay, Virgo.
Virgo at 2033.
Virgo, okay, Daughter of Pentacles, Virgo. This is a very Virgo card.
Yeah.
Okay, so the daughter is usually the princesses, relating to also the page kind of energy. So here's the ability to learn something or to anticipate something. You could be learning lessons when it comes to finances or to a relationship with a person. Maybe something that was like physical. Or there could be messages somehow on a physical plane. Maybe some of you are trying to wait for some news to come back in that has to do with a job or a relationship with another person. Maybe you're anticipating something and you really want to see the progression, like you want to learn this lesson. You have a gift to give someone, or somebody might have a gift to give you this week. Okay?
Virgo, I feel like you're really putting some thought into how this new situation, whatever it is that you're starting, because you're embarking upon some change here in a material sense, right? You almost might be becoming aware of something that you were trying to generate, something that you were trying to manifest, something that you were trying to build, and now there's like a change in the direction of that thing. You're starting to see it in a different way. Maybe you're appreciating it in a different way. Whatever it is, you know that there's going to be fluctuations within learning, right? And that's the karma of Saturn. It's always never what you think it's going to be, right? Because there are lessons that need to be learned. It's not like you're working with the knowledge that you already have. So Virgo, it's a progressive card.
Yeah, it's about flexibility in these matters. Also, you're looking at a lot of the details that are going to be progressive for you.
Right.
You know. Also, for some of you who are being very critical of like a mate, it's like there's a possibility that that person could really give you some things that you want in your life if you can be like patient enough for it, Virgo.
Okay, Libra at 22. Wow, 20%. At 22:30, where are we? 22:45.
Okay, Libra, you've got Sun and Aries. That's energy that's opposing you. So there's the awareness of Aries in general. There could be a very significant Aries in your life, or you're thinking very much about what you want to build, you yourself, what you want to build. And it could be something to do with another person or something to do with something spiritual. Maybe you're not willing to be very flexible about that situation. And you're very much wondering if these passions are going to come back to you, these parts of yourself, or if this lover is going to come back to you in an expansive way, if you're going to be able to expand. The positive thing about this card is it does hint at the possibility of opening up creative awareness even more, or more creativity coming back to yourself, or just an awareness of self. Maybe there was too much focus on other things, and now you're focusing more on what it is that you need. You're really looking in that reflective glass to see all of the colors and what they have to offer you.
Happy birthday, Libra. It's your season. It's our season, y'all. So this is talking about making a decision in terms of how you're able to relate to someone. And once you make that decision and how you're able to relate to them, then you start making these scenarios, or you start thinking of like, why something has become what it actually has become. So you're really waiting to see how it changes, if it's going to change, because whatever it is, you probably see yourself going in the opposite way, right? I feel like because this is opposing, we just had that full moon in Aries, I was feeling very drained. It makes me feel a little bit impulsive, and impulsive in a way that you want to initiate these things to come in so that you can see what it is all of these efforts have afforded you up to this point. It is a waiting period, and there is some karma that is actually involved in the waiting period. It's saying that you've done everything that you needed to do to kind of like get the ball rolling. Now all you have to do is wait for the return on that. You still have to keep yourself in this assertive frame of mind, where if there's like communications that come back to you, you also want to get back on that communication. If somebody needs you to do something, try to see if you can do it, you know, quicker than you normally would, right? It's like not waiting too long to get things done that you want to see a return on, because you won't see the return if you wait so long, basically. All right, so let's go into Scorpio at 25-25, y'all.
Okay, Scorpio, you got Two of Pentacles, which is Jupiter and Capricorn. So it's beneficial for you to start putting the work in, Scorpio. What is it that you're weighing out on the physical plane right now? Is this person going to be the person or not going to be the person? There's like, there could be a male, because Jupiter is really the male in that sense, this quintessential kind of husband male-like energy. And you yourself could be spending a lot of time deciding something about the male, and he could be right there. That's a message for some of you. For some of you, you need to put more work into a situation that is physical. You might you just have to make some decisions. You're at a fork and you know you have to make some decisions. It's just the beginning of this waiting period.
Right.
But it is a new birth, and that's the excitement of that. Be it a new apartment, a new job, a new situation, a new relationship with someone. So there's the ability to have new pleasure coming in here. And so that's the joy of like deciding where you're going to turn in this new passion. Or it can be maybe you're just spending too much time and you're feeling really, because this is related to temperance, burdened about a situation and a mountain or an obstacle that's related to a male. And it's time to just really look at that for what it is and make a decision, okay?
I feel like you guys are going through some fluctuations in like material things, right? Like where you might be living. Are you making the right investments? Are you saving enough money? Are you being at all of the places at the right time? Are you getting to work on time? How much effort is it taking you to do all of these things? It's like you are taking risks, but you know that these risks are for rewards, right? Because Jupiter is expanding things, but Capricorn definitely wants to cover all of the bases, right? It wants to get around on all of the terrain, and you don't really want to miss any portion. Don't miss any square footage. Don't go too fast, or you might miss a detail that actually needs to be, you know, paid attention to, right? Figuring out those details. Sagittarius.
Sag.
2750.
Sag, you came right up in line after Scorpio with the Three of Pentacles. Scorpio had the Two of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles. Also Capricorn energy. And here you can actually see the mountain in the picture. So it's kind of like looking back at the obstacles and the situations and reassessing where changes need to be made. Right. So some of you are really looking at this situation and really wanting recognition and acclaim. This is an exalted position too, because it's saying that you really want to climb the mountain when it comes to work or when it comes to your job or whatever the obstacle is in your life. You're really kind of looking at it this week like, I would like to be able to resolve these situations.
Right.
There could be situations in relationship with other people. Maybe there's a love triangle, or there's a situation, roommate situation, or it could be a situation at work somehow. You, your supervisor, the district supervisor, or, you know, grandma, mom, and daughter, or, you know, a love triangle situation with friends. Because this is something very physical. So it could be also having to do with your environment somehow, or with your heritage, Capricorn, or your father. Anything that has to do with that, where everybody's coming back and looking at something to think progressively about it. And also, like, it might be coming from an emotional place from all parties, even though it's something physical, right?
I feel like you guys are definitely waiting for something to, like, build upon itself. It's like you feel assertive and you feel aggression towards really making something, building it, creating it, because Capricorn is a very creative sign. Mars in Capricorn, it's exalted, so it's working really well. This is you really just wanting to see all of those efforts that you've put into motion become something. Because Sagittarius, I feel like you want to put your head down right now and just work so that you can see the changes occur that you want to see, right? It might be something that you've been working on for a long time. You might have to switch up the way that you're doing some things. You might even have to wait for a response to come back. It's like you guys are sending out your resumes, you're putting out your information, you might be on LinkedIn, you're doing whatever it takes to sort of like get this job that you want. You know, if you have any planets in Sagittarius, it's almost like in the areas that you have it, it's, you know, Jupiter's about to come there. So this is saying that if you just keep working hard at whatever it is that you're doing, you will start to see the opportunity come to you. Yeah?
Okay, Capricorn.
Capricorn at 3045.
You've got the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, which is giving you Sun in Virgo. Sun in Virgo energy. This is the awareness of the perfected work right here. Right? So what we're working for in general. This is kind of like, even though it's an 8, got a little bit of touch of Hermit energy in it, right? Because it's like talking about the new beginning inside of yourself. 8s are always talking about that transformative energy inside of yourself. It's a very positive idea of conquering one's fear, facing situations, or maybe on a physical plane. So some of these Capricorns, maybe you're dealing with a situation where things are going to start becoming positively aggressive, or, you know, especially when it comes to work, maybe you're really good at something, you have a skill or a craft and you can produce this thing every time, and so now you're really starting to see the fine-tuning of that situation. This could be a very positive card as far as, like, for some of you needing to know what the big picture is and if you're getting closer to the big picture. And this kind of card is really saying, like, I'm building these blocks in order to get to the 10 of Pentacles, right?
Yeah, I feel like you guys are feeling very proud about the work that you're doing, you know, and you guys are very comfortable within that energy, right? Because you really are a workhorse. You like to work hard. You are very structured in the way that you want to get things done. Sometimes you're a little bit too structured because you're very pushy. You can be very pushy, Capricorn, to get what you want. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of you. But in this way, you're pushing yourself to be very diligent about the work that you're doing. You are producing the same thing every time, like Dale said. And if you're not producing the same thing every time, you're producing something better the next time. You know what I mean? And this is really other people appreciating the work. And with them appreciating the work that you're doing, they're also appreciating how you're doing the work. Because you really are taking into consideration that there is a different approach this time. You can't do it exactly the way that you have been doing it psychologically with people in the way that you're able to relate to them. You're doing it in a way that's very effective and very efficient, because it's a very effective and efficient card. Good. Okay, Aquarius.
Okay, Aquarius, you've got an ace this week. It's the Ace of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Great. So the Ace of Pentacles is talking about a new physical situation starting for you. This is a new relationship. This is a new job, new situation. It's a noun, person, place, thing, idea in your life. Not only that you can see, that everyone can see. So there could be anything, something as small as like getting a goldfish or a pet or something physical like like that. Getting a phone call, because sometimes messages become manifestations. Hearing someone's voice, you know, a portal of time between two people, a separation that was there that's no longer there. You are very Aquarius. So anything electrical in that sense that could cause a manifestation of something for you physically. This is a very positive card overall. Also, this could have to do with the body in some certain degree. So be careful with the body, because there could be new situations with the body that arise this week for you somehow, or in your environment somehow. Especially a good card for new business, or new business offers, or new relationship offers even. Anything that could be pleasurable, anything that could be physical for you, and that can manifest something new that you're like, aha, this is now this thing. And that you could get your own little mental electrical mind around, yeah?
So, Aquarius, I feel like with this card, the Ace of Pentacles, it's saying that there is definitely vitality at the beginning stages of something. It's like you can see through it. You can see deep within a situation to kind of like progressively move it forward in your mind, right? Because you're very thoughtful in the process. Mars has been into Capricorn, and now it's gone direct, and it's back in Aquarius at its beginning stages, right? So this is really talking about the beginning stages of what has been learned after a planet has left Capricorn and it's come to you, right? So this is being able to see the opportunity in something. You're able to see the how something can manifest. There's potential here, and there's also an investment opportunity that you really want to take advantage of. You know that it's going to change things for you in the way that you feel about your life, right? Because for you, you know, Mars is definitely making you feel more aggressive in terms of like what you want, how you are asserting yourself to get to that next phase for you, because your ruling planet, Uranus, is retrograde, but it is in Taurus. So it's talking about creating new boundaries for yourself by way of making those changes, right? Putting yourself in a different situation, because you are fine with being uncomfortable, you know. Saturn does have that effect on you.
Yeah, for some of you it's a retrograde because Mars was in your sign, and then it did go retrograde in Capricorn. So you're revisiting a situation with business or a relationship, and maybe it's turning out to be something different or new for you, okay?
Let's go with Pisces.
Pisces, last card out. Pisces, shout out to my sister who's a Pisces. She's just landed in Aruba today.
Yay.
I love you, Nene. I hope you have a great time. The Fool. Okay, so the Fool card is out this week for you guys. So that's in relationship to spirit. Some of you are really about to have some new beginnings going on in your life. And it has to do with not something that you can see around the corner. There could be some changes in the situations, particularly with people and their energy, and therefore how it affects your energy, because you are so easily affected by your environment. So the Fool card with you in particular, ruling the 12th house, is talking about unexpected changes, probably for the better. Because the Fool card overall is talking about positive energy and positive change and revision, because it's Uranus. And Uranus is always talking about redoing something and really changing the shape of something that already exists. So there's the possibility that the way that you're viewing a situation or relationship in your life may still exist, but it may change form for you, for the positive or for the negative. There's a large possibility that you may feel like you have to get up and make a change yourself, holding on to the pieces of yourself that you value, but changing the relationships around you.
I feel like you guys are feeling very hopeful in a situation here. You know, it's almost like I get like the Ten of Cups energy, because, you know, Mars being in Pisces, and now we just had the Moon, which is the tarot ruler of Pisces, being in Aries. So you're feeling some aggression and being able to be assertive, right? Whatever it is that you felt that probably needed to change, you're willing to do that. And it's based on the fact that you want to start anew. You want to start fresh. It's almost like a situation or a circumstance exhausted itself to the greatest extent that you were like, I can't do anything but be hopeful about this. You know what I mean? Whatever changes occur, whatever the fluctuations were, wherever you were within the timeline of that situation, you're like, stop, we need to start over. We need to start fresh. And this is something that's very spiritual, and it comes from a subconscious place too, because you are the subconscious, and this is probably the most subconscious card other than the High Priestess and, you know, some Cancer cards in the tarot deck, even though it represents Aries.
This is like a subconscious of an outer conscious. This is like omniconscious. Right. This is omniscient. This is like literally God, because it's in everything, right? So it's energy which is never created or destroyed.
Like that cusp, right? It's almost a cusp between
Whereas
Pisces
the
and Aries.
moon is actually us intuitively and how we feel subconsciously about something that we're maybe not facing, right? This is like an aura, which is like outside of you. It's a little bit bigger than you in that sense. Less control, even less control, even though you don't have to control in the sense of the moon either, because like involuntary functions are 90% of your body. You only have 10% of you that's actually making choices.
It's so funny too, because I was thinking about like Mercury the other day, and I was thinking about like Virgo and the body and process. I'm like, and the mutable energy, because it's like nonstop sometimes or all the time. Your body isn't fucking stopping doing anything. Your blood's pumping, your lungs are breathing, the circulation's going through that. Your body is constantly communicating with itself. Anyway, I digress. But this is definitely a card of feeling hopeful and spirited within not knowing anything.
Right, and the energy of the Fool, gosh, we need that to really do anything, honestly, when you think about it. You need to have a little fool in you when you sit down in a seat and trust that it's going to take care of your ass and not drop you on the floor.
When you like job interview,
it's not like you always it's not like you always looking down when you plop down on that seat. You've been sitting on that seat every time. It's your seat, even if it's not your seat. You trust that it's going to hold you. That's still Fool energy. You trust that that seat is not going to crush you. Okay,
all right,
so anyway.
We're going to go. I'm going to put in the timestamps for this, and we'll see you guys soon. The phone's going to die, so we're just going to leave y'all at that.
Bye, guys. All right. Enjoy the Libra season, okay? Relate to each other and evolve in spirit. Love and light. Reach out for readings.
Why is it not doing it?
Bye, guys.